Hello, let's do some more Gukesh games here. Let's see here. This was the last one I did, so let's do Wijk against Gukesh. This will be interesting because I kind of imagine that the Chinese players help. It's a big country, China, but there are not so many chess players. But I kind of guess they are kind of helping each other a bit now for the World Championship match. And Wijk is currently the highest rated Chinese player. Many thought that he would become World Champion title, so but I also think he might be studying, so he kind of wasted his chance to get World Champion, but he's still like a 27 80 player or so, I think. Now, so he's the highest rated Chinese player currently, and he has this kind of an immortal game that he only played when he was like maybe 12 or something like that, a nice attacking game that's quite well known, so you should look up if you haven't seen that. And we are still here in the Vikasé tournament. This was shared by 4 players: Gukesh, Wijk, Anish, and one more, maybe Abdusattarov. So Gukesh is black, and he defends with e5, and they're playing the Italian again. So this game will be a little bit similar to the last one. If you remember the last one, Abdusattarov was black in this position, and Gukesh and Abdusattarov played bishop g4, and Gukesh castled, and he did this one, and then Abdusattarov just sacked and played with the piece down, but he got enough compensation for it according to the computer. So that game was a nice game, which ended in a draw. And now Wijk does the same. He does bishop g5, again pinning the knight. But the interesting thing here is that Gukesh has not castled yet, so it's a little bit more dangerous to play like this, because black has not castled, so it's a little bit easier for black to go here. For example, there is zero risk that white will sack before black has castled. So usually they wait with bishop g5 until black has castled, basically. But the risk is, of course, that maybe if white castle, maybe black would play h6, of course, to prevent that annoying pin. So let's see what happened. This is kinda quite normal moves, and here g5 is coming before the castling, and then of course you can't take because there is no the king is not in danger on g8, so it's quite easy for it basically doesn't work. I think we have seen these kind of games a lot of times before with Gukesh. I remember this is one of his favorite things, these kind of Italians, where one side goes on with h6 and g5. So now he does that himself. And again, he does this queen c8 that Abdusattarov did last game too. I guess it's because he might be considering maybe g4. I'm not really sure why queen c8 is played. Looked a little bit more logical maybe to play queen d8. d7s you could castle long, but he's going to castle short. I see that he will castle short here. Maybe castling long is too dangerous because of the white has fast play here. So now he decided to castle short, and here computer thinking made an inaccurate move. He played bishop g6, which I don't really understand. I guess his plan must be knight here and maybe knight here, but it was possible to just play this, take, and he could get his queen more active. And it was threatening to take here because of the pin, so that's why white has to defend. Yeah, okay, so that looks correct for black. He's getting his queen from the passive square here to the king side, where it has potential, maybe king here, rook here. There is attacking potential for black here on the king side, so I kinda, even if the computer thinks it's quite equal, I would kinda prefer to play black here, I think. So that was a missed opportunity for Gukesh. So again, here he could do G4 or F5 or something like that, but he's playing a little bit of a move that I don't understand. He's playing the knight here. I guess the reason is that he doesn't want to go here because white might take it, I guess, and he can't really play F5 because of take, maybe bishop here, and then some tactics here, or if black would take with the queen instead, then maybe G4, and that's too many lines. Let's just show it instead. Like this is like a fork. Okay, so it doesn't seem to work. I thought maybe you could win something here, but computer doesn't think so, because apparently there is a counter tactic here, and you can't take it because it wins the queen. So maybe Gukesh, yeah, I don't know. I don't think that knight g7 looks wrong. And it's playing f6 to cover here. That's correct. Sorry, wrong button. Knight e7. I guess it's preparation because of knight here, and he's just covering these squares, but I don't know. I guess also he doesn't want this one, but that looked fine for black, so I don't really understand. Maybe he's playing a little bit, Gukesh playing a little bit without a plan here, or at least not, he doesn't have a plan that I understand. Okay, so he's blundering a pawn here on e4, but black didn't see that. Yeah, if he wants to go here, he should start with bishop here, of course, defending the pawn. So let's see what could they have missed. I guess this is the only move that makes sense, because you could take here, but it looks better for black to get that trade in, like even something like this. Okay, so computer likes this for white actually. That's a little bit strange. I thought that was better for black, but he could play like here, here, and then apparently here. And if this one here and the knight is trapped, why can't he go back? Okay, it's because he will get big center here. Okay, black will get the big center and be winning. So he could try to sack here, sacrificing a piece, but this computer thinks this is interesting. Where Yi is an attacking player and sacrificing players, he would surely go for this one if he saw it. Let's look a little bit more here, because it doesn't look like white has compensation, but computer says he has compensation here. Yeah, I don't really see compensation here for white, but I guess it's because this bishop is kinda out of play, I guess. So apparently this is key. Yeah, he has 2 pawns and some play for it, so I guess it's fine for white. Okay, so he didn't take the pawn. Sometimes it's just like you believe your opponent. Gukesh might thought, if Wijk puts a pawn so I can take it, he surely has some kind of a plan. So even if Gukesh didn't see why he couldn't take it. Sometimes it's practical to trust your opponent, like they have some trap. So he just played this one instead. And again, it was time for white, correct for white to defend a pawn. This bishop is worthless here, it doesn't do anything here, so it's good to get back with it. This one anyway, but he played c4. And now he can't take anymore on e4. Black could have started with c6 to kick the bishop back, or take here like he did. Strange that he doesn't take back. Looks correct for white to take back, but he played here. I guess he can start with that and take back later, because take, and he can't really defend that pawn. And yeah, he can't go here either and defend, because take and fork. So he do like that, and now he takes back. But the computer doesn't like this at all for white. He thinks this, sometimes this d4 is in the Spanish and Italian, like sometimes it helps your opponent more than you. So, but it was, well, let's say it was this knight maneuver by Gukesh that looks wrong. Now it's not so bad because it's defense in these weak squares, so yeah, it has become good for some reason, even if it looked wrong first, to fianchetto to the knight like that. Okay, so computer thinks black is better. I guess, no, I don't see why. I guess it's because some a2 is a little bit weak. I don't understand why. Let's see what happens. So that's also a bit surprising to put the bishop here, but yeah, winning a tempo. And white sacks something here, I guess. Yeah, I guess he sacks a piece to get this kind of play here. Why couldn't he just move it? Then c6. Okay, so this one is trapped now. This one is trapped. Yeah, I didn't like that c4. It would have been better to put the bishop. The computer, every move the computer wanted to retreat the bishop to d3 instead of playing c4. So let's see what's happening here. White gets some play anyway here. Okay, so what's the material here? White has pawn and rook for 2 bishop, but that should be better for black because the bishop pair is strong. Okay, so I guess maybe we here realized that this is bad, so it goes for a gamble and sacks a piece here. He gets some play here, of course. There's a pretty forced line here. Very forced line here. So the computer likes to start with that one. But it took instead. Yeah, because now he can't check anymore, yeah. Okay, the logical move here is just to take this one and defend, but looks like black might be able to win here anyway. It looks good for white, good pawn, and just an exchange down, but he has this strong pawn, but it's impossible to cover everything here. Take here and take, and this one is troubles also. So black is winning here also. Tries to this one, but you can see black is already winning. So this tactic that white tried with knight c7, it was just not working basically. So it was a little bit of a freebie win here for Gukesh, but of course he played a good game and calculated well here. His typical uncompromising style, always take material and calculate good. So here we should have taken on e8. So should have taken on e8 here. But he took an a2 to attack here, which is also fine apparently. Now when computer thinks a little bit longer, he checks here, has to cover f2. Okay, so queen here was stronger to attack, continue the attack, but it wins anyway here probably. So here white makes a mistake, bishop d6. White is up, black is up a rook, so he needs to take here, only chance. But then black takes here, and it's a piece, so it's also winning, of course. Now this forces queen trade because this rook is attacked. So we gave up. Nice game by Gukesh, and we will next time we will look at the game Gukesh against Ding from we can see, which I think is the last game they played. I only think they played two games, so this is the second game that they played before the World Championship match. So it will be fun to watch it next.